You are troubled because someone spoke harshly to you, someone ignored you, someone judged you unfairly, and immediately your mind begins its familiar work. You replay the words, you question your worth, you wonder why they treated you this way. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, what exactly has been harmed? Has your character been diminished? Has your ability to choose what is right been taken from you? Has your capacity for wisdom, courage, and self-control disappeared? No. Then the injury exists only in your judgment. You suffer not because another person has an opinion about you, but because you have granted that opinion authority over your peace. Consider this carefully. Every person sees the world through the condition of their own mind. The angry person sees offense everywhere. The insecure person seeks faults in others. The bitter person speaks from bitterness. When someone insults you, they are revealing themselves more than they are describing you. If a man calls a rose a weed, does the rose become a weed? If someone mistakes gold for stone, does the gold lose its value? Things remain what they are, regardless of what others think of them. So why should your peace depend on opinions that are not even within your control? You have spent much of your life giving strangers power over your emotions. A careless comment can disturb your sleep. A rejection can ruin your day. A criticism can make you question yourself. Yet these people do not live inside your mind. They do not command your thoughts unless you allow them to. Remember this. You cannot prevent people from misunderstanding you. You cannot stop them from criticizing you. You cannot force them to appreciate your intentions. Every person is free to think as they wish, and you are free to remain undisturbed. A tree does not become angry because the wind blows against it. A mountain does not feel insulted when clouds cover its peak. Nature continues according to its own principles. Why should you be less stable than a mountain? You are upset because you expect everyone to approve of you, but this expectation is impossible. Even the wisest people were criticized. Even the kindest people were rejected. Even those who changed the world were mocked by the world they served. Therefore, make peace with this truth. Being misunderstood is not a tragedy. Being disliked is not a disaster. Being criticized is not evidence that you are wrong. It is simply part of being human. Ask yourself whenever you feel wounded by another person's words, is what they said true? If it is true, then be grateful. They have shown you something that can be improved. If it is false, then why be disturbed by something that does not exist? In either case, anger is unnecessary. You must also remember that people act according to what seems right to them. They speak from their experiences, their fears, their desires, and their limitations. The person who hurts you may himself be hurting. The person who judges you may secretly fear judgment. The person who rejects you may not yet understand himself. Why then should you take personally the actions of people who are still struggling with their own minds? Respond not with resentment, but with understanding. Not because they deserve it, but because your peace deserves protection. The highest form of strength is to remain calm in the presence of ignorance. The strongest person is not the one who wins every argument. It is the one who refuses to surrender inner peace to the opinions of others. From this day forward, practice this discipline. When someone criticizes you, pause. When someone rejects you, pause. When someone misunderstands you, pause. Say to yourself, this belongs to them, not to me. Their thoughts are their responsibility. Your character is yours. Protect it, guard it. Do not hand the keys of your mind to every passing opinion. You were not born to seek universal approval. You were born to live according to reason, virtue, and truth. And the person who learns to stop taking things personally discovers a profound freedom. They can be criticized and remain peaceful, misunderstood and remain kind, rejected and remain confident, because their worth no longer depends on the unstable judgments of other people. Their peace comes from within, and what comes from within can never be taken by another. There is another reason you suffer from taking things personally. You forget how small you are in the vastness of time. Think of all the people who have lived before you, kings and beggars, generals and philosophers, merchants and laborers. They were praised and criticized, admired and ridiculed. Yet where are those opinions now? Gone. The voices that once seemed so important have vanished into silence. The same will happen to the judgments that trouble you today. A harsh comment on the internet, a criticism from a co-worker, a misunderstanding among friends. They feel immense in the moment, but they are merely brief events in the long story of your existence. Why surrender your peace to something so temporary? Marcus Aurelius often reflected upon the shortness of life because it places things in their proper perspective. You have been given only a limited number of days. You do not know how many remain. Will you spend them worrying about the opinions of strangers? Will you waste them replaying insults in your mind? Will you sacrifice your tranquility because someone failed to appreciate you? This is too high a price. Your attention is precious. Your peace is precious. Your life is precious. Do not spend these treasures carelessly. Consider also how often you have misunderstood others. Have you never judged someone too quickly? Have you never assumed another person's intentions incorrectly? Have you never spoken carelessly and regretted it later? Of course you have. Then why expect others to be perfect in their understanding of you? They are human, just as you are. They are prone to error, just as you are. Therefore, meet their misunderstandings with patience. The Stoic does not demand perfection from humanity. He expects imperfection and remains calm when it appears. The dog barks. Rain falls. The seasons change. People misunderstand one another. These are simply parts of life. To become angry at these realities is to argue with nature itself. Another useful practice is this. Whenever someone offends you, delay your reaction. Do not answer immediately. Do not defend yourself immediately. Do not seek revenge immediately. Create space. In that space, ask, is this worthy of disturbing my peace? Most of the time, the answer is no. You will discover that many insults lose their power when not fed by your attention. Fire cannot continue without fuel. Likewise, offense cannot continue without your participation. There is strength in restraint. There is power in silence. There is wisdom in refusing to turn every slight into a personal battle. Not every criticism deserves a response. Not every misunderstanding deserves an explanation. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Sometimes the most dignified response is none at all. Because your peace is more valuable than winning an argument. And remember this, the people who matter most will not expect perfection from you. They will sometimes misunderstand you, and you will sometimes misunderstand them, yet mutual respect endures. As for those who constantly criticize, mock and judge, their opinions often reveal more about the condition of their own minds than about yours. A person at peace does not seek to wound others. A person content with himself has little desire to diminish someone else. Therefore, when you encounter bitterness, do not absorb it, observe it, understand it, then let it pass. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break. The waves crash with great force, yet the cliff remains unmoved. Soon the waters settle, but the cliff still stands. So too should you remain. Let praise come and go. Let criticism come and go. Let approval come and go. Let rejection come and go. None of these things should have the authority to govern your inner world. Your task is simpler and far greater: to live with integrity, to act with wisdom, to speak with kindness, to endure with courage, to preserve your peace. If you do this, then no opinion can truly harm you. For the person who no longer takes things personally has discovered a rare freedom, the freedom of belonging to himself. And yet, perhaps the greatest mistake you make is believing that every judgment about you requires your attention. It does not. You are not obligated to enter every battle to which you are invited. Someone thinks poorly of you. Must you think poorly of yourself? Someone speaks against you. Must you spend the entire day defending your name? Someone rejects you. Must you reject your own worth? No. The opinions of others are events outside your control. To make your happiness depend upon them is to place your peace in hands that were never meant to hold it. Imagine a man carrying a cup filled to the brim with water. Every insult, every criticism, every misunderstanding causes the water to spill. He lives in constant anxiety because he fears being disturbed. But the Stoic becomes the lake itself. Throw a stone into it and ripples appear for a moment. Then the water becomes calm again. Its nature is not changed. Become like that lake. Allow yourself to feel what arises, but do not build a home within those feelings. You are human. A harsh word may sting. A betrayal may hurt. A false accusation may bring sadness. Stoicism is not the absence of feeling. It is the refusal to become a servant of feeling. Feel the pain. Observe it. Understand it. Then ask yourself, will the first allow this moment to rule me? Again and again, the answer must be no. For what is your life, if not a series of choices? And among the greatest of these choices is deciding what deserves your attention. Most things do not. A careless remark does not. A stranger's opinion does not. An insult spoken in anger does not. The mind often enlarges small matters until they appear enormous. It rehearses old conversations. It imagines arguments that never happened. It seeks explanations from those who may never provide them. In doing so, it suffers twice, first from the event itself and then from its endless interpretation of the event. The wise person refuses this second suffering. He says, "It happened. It cannot be changed. What remains within my power is my response. This is enough." Remember also that people see only fragments of you. One person knows your work, another knows your mistakes, another knows your strengths, another knows your fears. No one sees the whole of you, not even those closest to you. How then can anyone's opinion fully define you? It cannot. You are infinitely more than the impressions held by others. You are the sum of your choices, your character, and your willingness to pursue virtue. That is your true identity. And because this identity is built within, it cannot be taken from you by external events. A person may slander your reputation, but he cannot steal your integrity. A person may mock your efforts, but he cannot remove your discipline. A person may misunderstand your intentions, but he cannot diminish your goodness. Only you can surrender these things. Therefore, guard them carefully. Each morning remind yourself, today I will meet people who are impatient, selfish, critical, and ignorant. They will misunderstand me. They may speak carelessly. They may judge unfairly. But none of this can harm my character unless I permit it. I will not become angry because others fail to see me clearly. I will not become bitter because others speak poorly of me. I will remain calm because my peace does not depend on their understanding. And at night, ask yourself, did I remain master of myself? Did I protect my peace? Did I allow another person's opinions to govern my thoughts? Or did I remember that my mind belongs to me? This is the practice, not once, not twice, but every day. For the habit of taking things personally is not broken by a single insight. It is broken through repeated acts of inner discipline. Little by little, you stop chasing approval. Little by little, you stop fearing criticism. Little by little, you stop carrying the burdens that belong to others. And one day you discover something remarkable. The world has not become kinder. People still praise and criticize. They still misunderstand and judge, but you have changed. You no longer give every opinion permission to enter your heart. You no longer mistake another person's perspective for your identity. You no longer hand your peace to strangers. You carry within yourself something stronger than praise and more enduring than criticism. A quiet mind, a disciplined spirit, an unshakable inner freedom.